Hey y'all,
Michael.
here we are at the base camp of Dablam. As you're saying, this is the base camp. What we are doing today is a gear check for the summit push. We are planning on heading to high camp, camp 1, camp 2, camp 3 and top of the Dablam. So the idea is we carry everything from here. It's a one single shot push. So I just want to quickly record the gear we are planning on bringing, because everything really matters up there, the weight. So the essentials, here are the essentials. Obviously a nice axe. Again, just so you know, this is a fixed rope climbing. It's not a complete alpinism where you're trying to put the ropes and drag all the beaners. The ropes are already set, the fixed ropes. So what we try to do is like we jumar up and rappel back down, but at the same time we try to carry as much less gear as possible. So the essentials being the shoe. I'm carrying a La Sportiva G2 SMs. They're good for up to 7,000 meters. Everything is in metrics. Then when we are in the camp, we should be getting our like little tents like that. They are expedition kind, so they have 2 layers, one for windbreaking, then the inner tent for like keeping you warm. This one is a thermarest sleeping pad. The normal short one, not a big one, not a full size. I believe it is like 4 feet or so. Just to get your butt off the ground, keep it warm. And this one is a lightweight air inflatable thermarest, any sleeping pad, air inflatable, just lightweight. For my lowers, I would be having inner thermals, wool, and on top of that I'm carrying this down. This is super light down, but probably I may have to like double it up. So I was planning on getting 2 thermals and down, followed by my soft shell pants, which is like a mammoth, which is like hanging in right here in my tent. There's nothing fancy. It's I've tested it on other peaks. It's been pretty good with blocking the wind. And it's been pretty stretchy. I kind of like it, the fit and everything. It's very relaxed. Then on top of that, if I need, I'll be wearing this hard shell rain pants. They're pretty windbreakers and also waterproof from REI. Then coming down to, of course, there is crampons to go with the shoe. And because it's a fixed rope, we already have a harness all like racked up. There aren't very much. There is not additional rack. All we are looking for here is jumar on the fixed rope, then safety. My anchors for jumar are quite small at the moment, because I would have to manipulate them while wearing mittens or thick gloves. So hopefully I'm going to swap the anchor for carabiner for the jumar to a bigger one, something similar to the safety. But eventually I'm going to carry the smaller one up. The assumption is when I'm coming rappelling back down, I don't need to have a big I don't need to use jumar, so I'm going to swap this with the jumar carabiner. And there is just a backup prusik, auto lock for rappelling, and a sling just in case. And I have a prusik 8 meter long. I believe this was 6 mm or 7 mm, just in case for unexpected circumstances. So moving on to the next one, I tried to go with the small backpack. I was at other peak earlier. I was using this big backpack. The problem is, you see these big waist belts. They come in between you trying to reach out to access your like carabiners and stuff on your harness. So I would recommend not to bring that. Yes, of course, we have to take the Celtics jersey, so this has to be here. I forgot the most important stuff. Then here are the glacial sunglasses, just in case. I'm gonna have it here. Like, just like Jubileos, which protect from the side, essentially from light going into your eyes and giving you slow blindness. A lot of people do use them, so I was debating between using these or just sticking to my snow goggles. And the helmet, the usual stuff. This is just a slope meter. Don't really need it, but it's a cool thing. I mean, if you're alpine climbing by yourself, yes, this is highly recommended because you can say when it is avalanche prone area or not. When everything fails to work, you have this, the camera, straight, click, boom, done. So I talked about the backpack. Then here are like 4 different kinds of gloves I have. This is like just the fleece liners. I like them. They've been proven to work very well. Even the touch for using the phones has been pretty good, like exceptionally well. So I want to go with them under as the liners. And they have a little leather pattern, so if I have to use with ropes, it's not going to rip my gloves off. This is something I have to look at. I'm talking to my lead to see if we can swap these gloves. This is something I was planning on using while with the Jumar, but these are like way too thin. I thought I would use with this black diamond gloves, but still it's going to be super cold up there, and we'll be doing a lot of like Jumaring late at night, so I think I don't want to do that. Then here are mittens in deep moments where I really need to warm up my hands, and I would be putting them inside my jacket to keep them warm. Then I have a windbreaker followed by baklava, or no, I don't know what it is, balaclava or whatever that is called. Then I have 2 pairs of socks because we'll be staying up there in the mountain for like 3 or 4 days. So I figured I'm going to carry in 2 pairs, but not too much, so one can be dried up while I'm using the other ones. It does get pretty sweaty inside from my previous experiences, so I figured to just carry them. And here goes just cutlery and a small aluminium to heat it up, my food or anything, probably couscous or maybe not couscous, and some essential bars to push me through the summit day, last minute stuff. Light, this has been proven to work very well. It just takes 3 AAA batteries, and it's good. It works me around the camp. I've tested on Labuche. It worked pretty well in Himalayas, so I would totally recommend it. And don't forget to carry your SPF and some hygiene stuff, just hand sanitizer and heat pads last minute if you need to warm your hands when you take it out, some heat pads and an emergency blanket, followed by a pee bottle. Do not forget this because it's going to be cold at night, really cold at night, and you don't want to get out of your tent. There's no embarrassment in being in a bottle. And thermos, this is essentially carrying my water and whatnot. Coming to the top layers, I'll be wearing a wool inner. I decided to go with like layering because I feel comfortable taking off layers and putting them on rather than having like really thick puffy jacket. And but again, this is Himalayas. I have not tested. Everyone has a puffy jacket, but I'm trusting in what I'm carrying. Worst case, I don't know what the backup is, but I hope I have everything in me. I have a base wool layer, then on top of that I do a mid layer, synthetic down, just it extracts the sweat and dries it off. Then after that I have this 650 fill down jacket. It's not heavy fill, but it still kept me warm up to 5,800 meters. So this Dablam is another 1,000 meters, so I have to see how it works. Then on yeah, just in case I have this fleece, like a North Face one. I've been using this for a long time. I would gonna use it between my mid layer, or probably under my mid layer, on top of the wool base. Then I have this Arc'teryx Gore-Tex shell that I stole at a very good price. I mean, I can't say stole, but it's a good steal from REI on a garage sale. A lot of my equipment has been like acquired in garage sale or through a climbing grant from MIT, outdoor grant. Oh, thanks MIT, my talk. And then I have just a backup of this Patagonia rain shell, just in case if I don't use it, if someone needs it, they can actually use it. So it's there. So pretty much this is about my gear. If I forget something, I'll just put it in the notes. Bye.